Hey there ladies and gents, Pops here. Welcome back to the land of Italy in Farming Simulator 2022. So, today, basically our first, possibly only job is to do this field. I hadn't quite realised the extent to which there's a ski slope. Oh, why can't, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so we've got quite a healthy gradient on this, but we're not worried about that. We've got this ultra mega powerful, yeah, we're slightly worried about that. Okay. Let's crack on, see how we go. Okay. Rise down, let's go. So far so good. Let's actually let's try this dodgy corner first. Because if we can make it up here, oh yeah, beauty. Okay. Right, it's struggling, it's just about on its limit, but it's doing it. Let's take the top row off, that might help, so it doesn't have to do this each time. Come on old girl, just get around that corner. Go. So far so good. We've got a road we can pull up to into this time. Let's go up there. Fairly sure this is the worst part of the field, so as long as we can do this, we should hopefully be okay with the rest of the field, but we'll see. Right, leave it to me, or leave me to it, and I will come back to you again when we've got a bit further around. Right. So we've done that top end there. We've just about got once around the block. Just because it's going to make it easier for having a lower weight. Let's go empty this out. Now, hopefully we haven't just discovered what our next issue is going to be with our shiny new trailer. No, that's fine. Just from over there, I did wonder whether we were going to be able to reach inside the trailer. Okay, so that's the trailer christened. Let's crack on getting our canola picked up. Okay, so we are on our very last row. And that will be all of the canola picked up. In addition to the amount you saw before the trailer, there's been one full harvester load, 100%. And then we've got this 15% here. Get this offloaded. Cool. Get the combine out of the way for the moment. Park it there. Come down and jump into the tractor. New shiny JCB. Connect up to the trailer and then we'll be able to see how much we've actually got. Right, so we have a grand total of 9,169 litres. Canola only just covers the bottom of the trailer, look. It's a huge trailer. Okay, so let's just stop and double check what it is we're going to do with it, and if indeed, oh yeah, oil meal, definitely the best, is now the right time to be doing it. Yep, couldn't be any better. Okay, and we're right there at the oil mill anyway, so let's mosey on down here. Well, Mr. Buzz, get out of the way. Right then, where's that cell? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So we've got 69,000. So we've made just a tad over 20,000. which is sort of what I meant when I said that if we just do the contract and earn 1400, we're doing the same work that's now earned as 20,000. It's a bit of a no-brainer. All we need to do now is sell the field back and we're 20 grand in profit. Okay, let's sort some of the kit out while we decide what we're going to do next. We have still got our 2 soybean fields to fertilise, and there are a couple of other fields that we could look to take advantage of. And then there is just one other project I think we need to start talking about, and that relates to the equipment we've got down here, primarily the fact that it's all sat outside. So I'm thinking this little area here, this sort of cut-in area, is perhaps somewhere we might want to look to place some sort of shed. Now the first thing that means is that we will need to level this ground off, otherwise we're going to have a shed with a great big lip. We can definitely clear ourselves a way in. Yeah, so that is a project that's going to have to be thought about and is going to be coming up shortly. Now the other thing we're going to have to address shortly is the items we have in here. The reason we have them in here, and that we didn't sell them, was because we were waiting for a better time of year. So we've got wheat and oat. If we now have a look, wheat, January, next month. Likewise with oat. So the wheat and oat would be to sell them both in January. So that is another job. So I think we now need to move on a month, get rid of that wheat and oat, and then start thinking about building some sort of shed for some of this equipment. The combine could live up here, the header can go back under there. I'm wondering if the trailer will fit in there or not. It's got 2 chances. But then we want somewhere to keep the mowing gear. And we've still got a forage wagon and the old tractor in the open, so we might be able to find a home for them as well. Let's get stuff parked away. Let's get everything to its right home, and then we'll be able to get a better look at what we've got. Oops, not that way. Bit of a hash of this, but you know, we're used to that. Is that roughly over there? Well done, Pops. Okay, let's get this put away if we can. No, we've got our angle a bit skew-iff there. Straighten her up a bit. A bit tight on this edge. There we go. And switch her off. Oh, I tell you what though. Let's get the header out of the way first, but we really could do with cleaning that down a bit, couldn't we? It's a bit of a disgrace. Okay. Got a good turn on her. They're being articulated and all. Okay, round you come. Quick splash down. Make it look all shiny and new. There we go, that'll do. Right, so header, we need to get it in that end stall. Methinks okay. Yeah, I think that'll do. Give up while we're ahead. Right, so next we will need to get that trailer in. And get it loaded up with some wheat and oat. But just before we do that, I really am not happy about this, the condition this is in. Let's go and clean it up. It's been battered and bruised enough in life without looking disgustingly filthy as well. So let's give it a clean down. Make it all shiny, if not new. There you go, look. It doesn't take a lot to make it look 10 times better, does it? It's parked up again. Let's close the door. We don't need that for the moment. Back in here. So let's go sell the produce that we made right at the very beginning, just as we arrived here in the land of Italy. Okay, so start with the oat. some of that. Where are we taking it to sell it? We still haven't actually visited the consortium at all. The mill is a slightly better price, so I think for the moment we're going to head there. Now actually, now I've pulled up here, our first challenge is we want to go that way. I think maybe we just have to be very rude to our neighbour. What have we done? Right. Sorry everybody. Should have just turned around in the yard. It would have made life much easier. We'll turn left here as well. Okay, we're good. We're cooking with gas. This thing can move at a fair old speed. I'm going to come around here. And we're going to park here for a second because I just realised the error of my ways. Okay, let's park this in preparation for dropping off there at the mill. Switch the engine off because it's still only December. We need it to be January. So we're going to walk back up to the farm. We're going to go to the house. We're going to get some kip and we will come back when it is January. So, welcome to January. Now then, as predicted, our interest on our loan was the grand total of £333, dollars, euros, take your choice, but not expensive. So, as long as we're not talking about massive amounts of money, borrowing money is actually quite a thing to do, it would seem. It's very cheap. Borrowing money allows you to buy land, buying land allows you to make money much more than the cost of borrowing it, so I think possibly this is something we've got to think about going forward. In the meantime, let's get the Oat and the Wheat sold. Never actually read this sign. Interesting. Sorry, imagining things now. I thought I saw a collectible. We haven't seen one for quite a long time, have we? Yeah, so let's get this produce sold. We'll find out what it's worth. And then we'll think about what to do next. Right, so this would appear to be our sell area. Let's straighten up a bit. Start overloading oat. Yep, that's selling it for us. So we got 10,452 for our oat. Let's get back up there. Pick the wheat up. let's see what that's going to make us. Right, pull back in here. We want the wheat. Litres. Okay, let's it's our best way out of here. How about if we just sneak across this field? Oh, no one's looking. Right, so here we go, moment of truth. Squeeze in the edge there. So let's see what the wheat's worth. Oh, nice. 34,000. Fan Dabby and indeed Dozy. Okay, it's good, and the oat and the wheat obviously add to the coffers, but it does actually prove that you're better off planting grass everywhere, making silage bales and selling silage bales. That appears to be the big industry around here. The selling of silage bales is the way to make money. I'm sure once we get into the world of productions, will possibly change, but for the moment just the raw materials, and that's the other thing up there, of course, the winery. Once we start dabbling with that, who knows. Okay, ladies and gents, that's that for another episode. When we come back, we are looking at building ourselves some sort of shed for this equipment, and that equipment mainly, down there. We've still got those 2 fields to fertilise. We will be checking on our animals to see if our sheep are doing okay, and whether they've produced anything for us yet. But until then, it's time to go. Thank you very much for sticking with it. I will see you again soon, and be good and stay safe.